Hey, what's going on there? Do you know how to make fire with a cotton ball and some dried grape leaves? Stay tuned, I'll show you how to do it. What's going on, guys? Joel here from American Survival Co. and I'm out here at the Florida location doing some training with Matt Tate. He flew out from Arkansas. We got a joint class going on this weekend. And we're just out in the woods having fun and sharing knowledge and making each other better. This video is going to be a really cool technique. Some call it the Rudiger roll, some call it the fire roll. And there's lots of great videos out there on this. But this combination I haven't personally seen. What I'm going to be showing you is a cotton ball and some dried grape leaves. And we put these together with a little bit of pressure and friction, and we got ourselves a nice little coal to make a fire. It's a great technique to have in your toolbox, and sometimes it's a lot easier and quicker to pull off than a bow drill. But the main component is you need natural fibers and some type of accelerant. If you're just practicing or just hearing about this technique and you want to get some hands-on, get yourself some cotton balls, super cheap, easy way to practice. What we need is a natural fiber. You can do this technique with other stuff. And even like if you have cotton underwear or a cotton shamag, you can do that. But I highly suggest you start with cotton balls first, because you have to have that technique down to use something that's a little bit more advanced, like a flat piece of fabric, to actually get this done. And you can buy yourself a little $2 bag of cotton balls and practice this a couple hundred times before you kind of graduate to those things. So hey guys, me and Matt are out here, like I said, training forever students, and that's what it's all about. He's got ashes and cotton balls. I got cotton balls, and I'm going to be using the grape leaves like I showed you.
So specifically, I think it's important to let you know, I'm actually using ashes from the bones of our enemies. So
that always helps.
Yeah, that definitely helps in the process. So taking a standard cotton ball, I'm just going to get this thing rolled out flat on my surface, straighten it up, and I'm going to take some of the bone dust from our enemies here, and we're just going to set it right on the edge, right on one end of it. And then I'm going to start, just like if I was like tightly packing a sleeping bag away, compressing that on the roll as much as possible is what I'm going to do with this thing. So now I've got this thing rolled almost to the end here, and the whole time I'm applying pressure as I'm twisting that forward. So this thing is pretty solid as it is. In the same direction that I was rolling that, I'm going to take my hand and I'm just going to apply pressure as I roll that to try and compress that even more. And it's important that you're going in the same direction, otherwise you're going to unravel what you've already done. So just get that compression on there, and now that thing is, I mean, it feels like a stick. It's really compressed.
If there's one thing to remember from this video is what Matt just said. It has to be right and tight. The tighter you can roll this and the harder it's packed, the easier it's going to be for you. If it feels squishy at all, you're wasting your time. Make that nice and tight. Matt's using ashes of the bones of his enemies. Not everybody has that on hand. You can also use any firewood ash. Hardwood ashes are best, but literally any will work. I'm using the leaves, right? And so all I'm going to do here, and why I prefer the grape leaves, is because they're nice and thin versus something like these sweet gums. But I got a mixture of them because I don't have that much time to be digging around through it. I'm going to be taking these and just crushing them up into a powder, right? And as you've seen with the ashes, this now takes the place of my ashes. And the finer I can get this, like I'll take all the big stems out and stuff like that. The finer I can get this, the better it's going to work. I'm just unraveling the cotton ball here. Like I said, you don't need the whole thing, but it makes a nice fat coal, so that's what I like. I got my powderized leaves here, and I could spend a little bit more time than what I did on this, but I'm basically going to sift through and find my finest stuff. Right, so I got a nice little pile right here. And let's go with this. I'm going to put that on the end there. And the same thing as with the ashes. If I can crush it up even more, I will. But this is where it all starts. This is what makes or breaks it. You got to roll this nice and tight. Tight like a tiger. Alright? And you can use too little, but you can't use too much, is my rule of thumb with this. And I'm rolling it nice and tight and compact. and I'm being picky about it. This, especially over the ashes is much finer, so it's going to be able to get compacted much tighter. And here all the same things apply. Like as I'm finishing the roll, I'm going to keep my direction this way. I'm always going to roll it in that direction. And here on the table it's a little bit slippery, so I'm going to finish this out on something with a little bit more friction. This is Matt's ash roll, and this is my grape roll. I'm doing this here just so it kind of stands out more, and there's not a bunch of things to block the view of it.
You should let them know that those bricks have been scientifically calibrated.
These have been. If you're gonna do this, you got to get the scientifically calibrated bricks. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. Obviously, we're joking. Like literally, you can do this on any surface imaginable. The one thing that's gonna keep the efficiency down is it being a slick surface, right? But you can do this on cement, you can do this on wood, you can do it on a tree. And all I've done here, we just need 2 flat surfaces. I've done this with stones before. This is just a stick that we cut about this long. The longer it is, the longer the stroke. This is from your elbow to your wrist is a good starting point. I've done this with much smaller ones before, like right here on my hands. I've even seen guys use their knife blade as the top part to roll. I think you're asking for cutting yourself there, but it is a cool trick. Anyways, we took this, we batoned it in half, and I got a nice flat surface, and that's what I'm using. So I'm going to take this, and I've orientated this in the same way that I had rolled it before. We're being conscious of what direction it's going in, right? And this is my grape leaves and my cotton ball. So I'm going to start, and really, what would be nice to get that full stroke, because I was hitting up on our porch here. I'm going it the whole length of the board. It's going to be more efficient, and I'm putting my body weight down. You can see I'm talking. I'm not killing myself here, but I am going for speed. And there we are with the grape leaves. And I didn't break a sweat. Maybe I should have told you all a joke. I'm fresh out of jokes. And just so you know, I ain't lying to you. Like, you can see remnants of the grape leaves in there, right? The technique works. You don't need a fire. You just got to think outside the box. Can you see the grape leaves?
Oh yeah.